spawning down here. That seems a little bit too gambly for me. Oops. So now it's getting a little bit hot and heavy up here, where Darius is certainly looking to take his worker back, and that's why we were really hoping to get it much earlier when that archer church decided to spawn. Now the problem is, if I attack, then he's gonna look to take it. If I hit it once, then he can hit it with his warrior and his scout and take it, which I'm not really looking to just give him that opening. Also, I could go ironworking. Seeing where the iron is could be very valuable, but let's get the trapping first, so we can work the deer. I got 2 deers. Oh dear. Yeah, let's work together. I don't know where you are, but working together sounds good. Okay, so can I sneak in there and get the killing blow? I think I can. Yep, see, now he set it up, so I can just, like, go whoop. I definitely want to take that worker. Oh, yes, I'm taking it. I'm not returning the worker to you, Mr. Darius. Get the city over there. Get the settler down here. I think I'm just moving my scout down here just to make sure that no crazy Bob camp spawned. And the scout is going over there. Rio de Janeiro. Gives me 30 gold. We're also the first to find these. I'm very surprised. We're the first to discover the city-state, which means there could be ruins down here. We don't really know. We're the first to find this city-state, which just confuses the hell out of me. I don't know where the heck. Where are all the other players on this map? And they're just all clumped up somewhere up here? I don't know. And this is looking to be some kind of inland sea, so I don't know. This is a weird map. This is one weird map. Anyway, I think we're settling on that tile. Right there. Technically we could settle... Yeah, let's just go here. We could technically settle on the flat land. Wouldn't be of any less value. Let's just see if we don't get anything. Because, of course... we couldn't even settle at time. We couldn't even do something like settle here. Even though that seems a bit silly to compete for that map. It's unlikely the city's gonna need protection. I'm gonna see if we can get this worker out. We might end up disbanding that worker, but at least I prefer that to Darius having it. Choose production. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Get the barracks up is probably the best option here. We're not immediately in need of any military units, but I do think we are looking towards taking, probably not Hanoi, but we need to keep an eye on Manila and make sure Darius doesn't take it, and possibly be able to capture the city in case he does. And also, we're kind of done for settling cities. I can't really see any more settleable locations, and maybe someone else can see better locations I can. Like this city, again, these tiles are taken by the capital. We're not gaining a lot. Over here is the same story. We're gaining very few tiles. Down here, we're kind of taking, like, there just aren't city spots. A city right there is going to gobble the majority of this terrain as well. We lose out on, and further away, it just seems too optimistic. We could, of course, pluck a city somewhere just to have an extra city. We probably will have the happiness to support it once we get the religion going. I just don't see more city locations. So we are probably going to look to play See if we can get out of this. But we're probably looking to play a very sort of pretty aggressive game, just because we don't have the terrain to really get much going. Jakarta over here. So we should start looking towards some of the quests here. The one we should generate it. Which is definitely something I should have been spending more time to look up on. Is just seeing if we have any quests of any city-states that we can complete. Gold gifts are more valuable. Unlikely we're gonna be able to afford that. They want me to build the pyramids. Well, I don't want to build the pyramids. They want me to generate a great scientist. It's not really in the cards either. We should definitely be keeping an eye on those quests, just in case there's anything we can do. Definitely founding that city and that city, so that's gonna temporarily. We got 5 turns on a plantation. We're gonna temporarily jump into some unhappiness here. Is that worthwhile? We got 11 turns on Crow, so our capital we don't care about unhappiness immediately. Of course, it means these cities aren't growing. We might not care too much about that early on, though. It would be nice for them to grow, but we'll get the growth eventually. We'll get the growth eventually. So just temporarily hit by the unhappiness. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Would like to get this worker back. Oh, maybe we can run him around here. Maybe. Well, let's see if that's on the other side of that terrain. I should settle on the river hill. The problem is, I could settle over here, but I lose out on these tiles, and again, the tiles I gain are already taken by the capital. I don't feel like that's worth it for the water, for the river. Just move that guy around. See if we can just sneak it around the side here. Ooh, it's looking good. Plunk. You just keep exploring, sir. You can stand there. Ooh, hey, barbarian ship. So we got 3 more turns of unhappiness. Probably unavoidable, just given how the game played out. If I was a bit smart and if I had been a bit smarter about this, I probably would have bought a settler a bit earlier, and then I would have had the city settled some turns earlier. Like I should have settled the city first, because then I could have bought the copper tile and built, and had this worker could have walked down here and built a mine on this tile. So I could have played this better. Certainly I did not. Plopping into unhappiness here was not necessary. Oh no, we can't get around. So we're gonna stock up here. We can't. They can't learn to swim without getting in friendly territory, and we can't get out without getting open borders, which is gonna be with Darius. So we have his worker, but it's a bit stuck. And by the time he's gonna be willing to give us open borders, this is not going to be of any value to us. So I think it's fairly likely that we will just disband this guy. It's like in your face. The warrior can be okay to keep up here for scouting, for information purposes. I think we can run the warrior down here and see if he's preparing to take Manila. But the worker, well, we can also do it with the worker technically, but it's a little bit more vulnerable. So it's not a great idea. So with that in mind, I think we are just disbanding you. Delete the unit, blank, because of course it does cost upkeep. So now we got 1 more gold per turn, not having to support it. So of course, that's the reason to delete it, is we don't want to pay upkeep for a worker that is just not going to be of any value to us whatsoever. Get the writing down. It is about time that we should probably think about writing, libraries and all that jazz. On the other hand, iron and warfare seems like a pretty good idea as well. And so does a water mill and roads. Let's go for the wheel. Well, actually, we're not going to be able to build a watermill. What am I talking about? Let's go for the writing. We might want to start construction on library, or if not, even buy a library. So I think we are going to be buying a worker. Anyway, let's go back and heal that archer. This guy, let's keep scouting around up here. Same with you. Give us some information. Natural wonder discovered. The Uluru. Uluru. Yay! Sadly not quite enough to plop us into happiness again, but this plantation should be one more turn. Damn it. Oh, we can. Okay. Anyway, we can choose a faith. So what are we gonna go for? Well, culture from shrines. We don't really have any shrines. We have one shrine, so that's pointless. Faith from tundra tiles without forest is unnecessary. Faith from desert tiles. We're not really near any desert tiles. Faith healers is just not a great. Like healing is not in near friendly cities. We're not really that likely to need it. Faster growth rate can be useful if you're pumping. Like we're certainly planning to get a lot of surplus food in this city with the double bananas, the double deer. This city will have a lot of surplus food, so this might even be a good in this situation. Production in cities with population greater than 3 is just not that great. I'd prefer than Messenger of the Gods end up being better. Pastures, well, we're gonna have a few pastures, but what +1 culture is not that great. We don't have wine and incense. Happiness from big cities, it's too late that kicks in. Like we only have 5 pub. If that would give us 1 happiness right now, it probably wouldn't be worth it. We don't have cities. This can be really good if all your cities are on rivers. This is certainly worth it. But border growth is meh. Faith from quarries. We have 1 quarry. And we're gonna have possibly... Oh crap. No. I don't want that. Culture from jungle tiles. Well, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna have like quite a few jungle tiles. It's almost worth it. It's almost the best one. There are gonna be quite a few jungle tiles. It's just the culture is not really what we need. We need faith. But in terms of like absolute bonuses, this is not too bad. +4 faith from natural wonders. Yeah, well, we have the Old Faithful here. That would turn Old Faithful into a reasonably good tile. But 4 faith is not a lot. Then you might as well go into Messenger of the Gods. But we only have 3 cities, and that's also, and it's going to take a while to kick in too. So this is a really tough call, to be honest. +2 on food from camps. Well, we only have 2 camps. We don't have the deer. So again, that could almost be good. I like Goddess of the Hunt if we have 4 camps. I would take this one if we had 2. If we had 3 quarries, I'd take this one without hesitation. But we only really have 1, with a second one coming up in a long time. One with nature is a no-brainer if you have 2 natural wonders, and 1 natural wonder, it's mediocre, but so are all of them, really. And while in terms of absolute bonuses, we will get more from the Sacred Path and the culture and jungle tiles, because we have many more jungle tiles than we have natural wonders. Like we have maybe even we might even get up to 10 jungle tiles up and running. It's going to take a while to kick in because we won't have the jungle tiles running early. And we need faith. We want to play the religion game. So 1 with nature is... I think that's where we're going. Just because we want religion, and 1 with nature is going to kick in the earliest. I mean, the stone circles will kick in right now. 1 with nature is going to take some turns to get this thing up and running, but it's going to take even more to get this one up and running. I think. It's kind of interesting, it's the stone circles, and we might somehow, if we're really lucky, we might find another natural wonder. We might also find other quarry sites, but are we going for a culture win? I don't think a culture win is in the cards here. It's honestly not a bad opening for it. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of jungle tiles. We're very sort of on our own little corner of the map. But with the Byzantines, we really want to found a religion. So I think it's between stone circles and one with nature. One with nature requires only this tile. Stone circles is going to kick in right away, but only for half as much, and require us to get to that tile. That's a pretty tough call. I mean, that's a pretty tough call. There's someone, probably someone out there screaming Sacred Path and then just going into the... Oops, that's not what I want to do. And then going into the piety for the faith, possibly. But I probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. One with nature, we can just buy that tile, but we can't work it right now. It's gonna be... I'm gonna go one with nature. It's a funner one. Let's go for the one with nature. It's gonna take us a little while for it to kick in, though. We need to get this tile, which needs to be in the city to grow a bit. But stone circles would have kicked in right away and possibly been better in the long run. We'll see. We'll see. We do have the barracks up and running. We could technically attempt for the pyramids, but with only 3 cities, it really doesn't look like we're gonna need... I don't think we're gonna need the workers. 1 extra worker would be nice, but that's really all we need. We're not gonna need more than 1 extra worker, so I think it's time to just start pumping some archers. And then consider our conquest opportunities. And this warrior is gonna run over here and just have a scout on the city, just so that we don't get surprised by anything, and also let's keep exploring down here. It's gonna be a whole... Yeah, this is like Dragon Ball Z, right? Or Dragon Ball Z, whatever you prefer. It's like taking me 5 episodes to ponder the decision of pantheon. Oh, we haven't even... Just wait until we start actually founding a religion if we get to that. Now we have to decide 3 things. That's gonna take 5 episodes. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Anyway, where are we growing next? We're growing on that tile. It's kind of useless to us, so let's get down here. Although we could run him, well... At least we got back into positive happiness. I'm kind of thinking we could run this guy all the way down here to work that tile, which is probably growing on that tile in 3 turns, yeah. I want to get this luxury online down here. Scout continues to scout, because that's what scouts do. Just go over here, sir. It's not that difficult. Statue of Zeus had been built in a faraway land. Didn't care about it. Let's scout this way. But certainly we don't.
He who destroys a good book kills you.
Let's go. Actually, they've got a flatland city. We might even go open terrain on this guy. All the city-states had open terrain. I'm not sure we want to take over the city-states. Let's see what... They will award the player that destroys a nearby barbarian encampment. We probably should have... That's not a nearby... Well, it is nearby for them, I guess. So we might actually want to see if we can be friends with Budapest. They want me to generate a great scientist? Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. They want you to defeat barbarian units that are invading their territory. Probably not going to make it to that, but I think we want to go down and see if we can be friendly with Budapest. Because they'll give us... militaristic city-states like this is will give us... they will give us military units every once in a while, which we of course can use if you're going to go... That's basically free production. We can use those. Let's get a library up just so we don't fall too far behind the tech game. And then let's get... Oh man. I'm kind of tempted to go towards horseback riding because we have a lot of... We know we have horses. Not immediately within reach where we're growing. We are growing on those horses, so we do have them. And this guy is done. We're growing on those horses in one turn. Well, we can start moving over there then. So we might want to get some horse units out. A unit needs orders. Well, let's keep scouting. And 2. Oh, hey. Hey, Elizabeth of England. On the other side of the world. Also, this archer, I should just take a step up here. There's an ever so slight chance that a Bob encampment might have spawned up here. So I'm just gonna make sure we don't get surprised. This archer is going to shoot that guy. Plunk. I think these guys, the Budapest really liked us for that. And we found Arabia. So that's the last 2. Definitely we're not going to be super concerned about these guys over here. However, we need to make sure they don't run away from us in the game. So that's going to be the real challenge for this game. Is we kind of opened in a very, unlike the last game, this time we opened in some very defensible terrain. I will be very surprised if anyone attempts invading us. We got 2 cities here that our capital, and the city we probably don't even have to worry about defending ever. We could consider taking Manila, just so that we don't, and then possibly even, I mean, we could go up here and just wage war against Darius. Not if he's starting. I don't think he's going to be a threat in this game. His terrain is not super great either. But our cities are in great locations as far as defending them is concerned. The problem here, of course, is that how do we turn this into a win? Like, what can we do? We have 3 cities located next to mountains, which means we can get observatories in all our cities, and once we get observatories and universities up, we are gonna, since we also have a lot of jungle nearby, we're gonna turn into some pretty good science cities. So we might want to focus our religion on stuff that helps our science out. Of course, Messenger of the Gods could have been great in that regard, but I'm not sure we would have been able to pump out the great prophet with Messenger of the Gods. I think we have to get the bonus from the natural wonder to pump out the great prophet. Anyway, though, I think this makes for a great break in the game. So I will be back with more of this game shortly, but sort of this is a good natural break in the game. I think we have we got settled in it. For once, we might actually be able to not get declared on by anyone. Possibly might have said that too early, but I think we're gonna be the aggressors in this game. Looking to pump out a few military units and then probably set our sights on, I'm thinking Manila, but they just put up some walls and it's gonna be a little bit of a tough conquest. And then otherwise let's expand our territory, and who knows, this could be a science victory if all goes smoothly. Anyway though, I think that makes for a good break. I'll be back later. Hope you enjoyed this game so far.